Are you creating longer form text-based pages or blog articles? Do you wish you had a way to let your readers visually see the main points of the page or the blog post so that they could quickly realize the value and insight they're about to receive from your amazing piece of content? Well, then you're in luck, because in today's Sprocket Talk video, we're going to discuss how to create an on-page table of contents for any website page or blog article, and the best part, no coding required. Hey, you know what time it is.
Are you a HubSpot user looking for fun and interactive education that helps you be better at HubSpot? Then welcome to Sprocket Talk.
That's right, it's your boy George B. Thomas from SprocketTalk.com bringing you yet another HubSpot educational video. If you're a sales, marketing, or service professional looking to learn more about HubSpot and inbound strategies to help your business grow, then you're in the right spot. Make sure you subscribe to keep learning more, and use the comment section below to ask us all the inbound and HubSpot questions that you may have. Look, as we create content, we want to pay attention to a great user experience. One of the ways we can really up our game is to add table of contents areas to longer blog articles and website pages. Many times HubSpot users think that adding a table of contents is a special module or some crazy set of code that has to be put into place. Now, while sometimes this is true, it's not always necessary. Let's dive into our HubSpot hub and show you how to create an easy table of contents today. So as you can see, we are here in the HubSpot blog tool. And what we want to do is we want to think about user experience. And whenever we have a piece of content that is really long, that we may start to think of, okay, are people going to inherently, immediately know what this content is about? Obviously, we're using H2s so that they can scroll through and see maybe this part's important, that part's important. But how do we catch them at the very beginning of this post or of this subtopic that might be attached to some type of pillar page content that we're creating? So the idea of this is, with some templates you can build a table of contents that might sit over to the side here and scroll along. But what if it's a blog article? How can you build a on-page table of contents so people can easily scan and see, oh, this is the main content on the page? That's what we're covering today. The first thing is figuring out the sections that you want to get people into. So for instance, here's one that is getting started, pre-production. That totally makes sense to have it be part of the table of contents. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. And of course, this is an H2, and most of your main ideas or areas that you're going to take them to will probably be H2s from a simple SEO standpoint. But in this case, we'll go table of contents so that people know that this is the table of contents. We're not worried about styling it yet. And I'll just paste getting started pre-production in there. I'll scroll down a little bit more and I'll say, you know what, do we want to know about building your video into a buyer's journey? Probably. So we're going to go ahead and copy that, and we're going to come back up here and we're going to paste that in. Now what we'll do is we'll continue down, and I'm just going to grab a couple of these. So we'll do something like video scripts, and we'll go ahead and paste that in. And we'll do another one. We'll do best practices of production, and we'll go ahead and paste that in. Now, historically, what people thought that they had to do is actually come in here and go to the advanced and go to the source code, or maybe they didn't even know what they could do. But in this case, let's go ahead and we're going to make this table of contents an H2. And then we're going to come down and we're going to make all of these items that I copied and pasted H3s. And of course, we can use the WYSIWYG editor to go ahead and kind of compact those. And we can even say that we want to put them into bullet points if we want. So maybe not H3s, but bullet points. Totally up to you. From an SEO standpoint, I like using H3s, and of course, styling them in a way that they're maybe a little bit more compact. But again, kind of think about how you want to do this from an SEO standpoint or a visual standpoint for your blog articles. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to go down to 1. And now I want to show you how you can start to link these and actually build it into a table of contents. When the people click on it, that it'll drop down. So notice getting started pre-production. We'll scroll down and we'll look for getting started pre-production. And what we're going to do is we're just going to highlight this get started pre-production, and we're going to come over to the insert, and we're going to insert what is an anchor. Now we can name this anchor, and what we'll do is we'll just call it pre-production, and we'll hit insert. Now, if you have a question about how to use anchors, you can hover over this and get some instructions. It tells you to insert an anchor with a unique name, add a hyperlink elsewhere in the editor, and select anchor on the page, and choose your anchor from the drop-down list. Now, we're going to go ahead and show you how to do the rest of that, but we're going to go ahead and insert. Now, one of the other things that we did was actually build your video into a buyer's journey. So we'll scroll down and we'll look for that. We'll go insert, anchor, and in this case, we'll do buyers. And we'll hit insert. Now what we can do is come back up to the top, which by the way, I would probably do all of these at one time that I want to add those anchors to. But now in our table of contents, we can come in here and we can just go ahead and say we want to insert a link. And instead of a URL, we can use this drop down and do anchor on this page. And notice we've got buyers and pre-production sitting there waiting for us. So we'll do pre-production in this one, and then we'll select the next one and we'll say insert a link, and we'll do anchor, and we'll do buyers insert. And of course, we can tell search engines not to follow those links if we so choose to. Totally up to you. But that's it. You would rinse and repeat this process, and now you would be able to have 5 to 7, maybe even 10 pieces of a table of contents that then when it's clicked would actually scroll down to the actual section that you want. Now, one thing I will say, notice we have this anchor. So maybe I realized that it's not landing exactly where I want it to land. Maybe this getting started with production ends up, once you click it, it's like super slammed up at the top. Well, what you can do is actually hover over this anchor and you can say, you know what, I actually want it to be here. And so when they click on it, it'll actually maybe scroll up to about here, and then they see that that's where their eyes go to. But just know that you can move this anchor around visually after you have it. And if you click on it, you'll be able to see what the name of it is if you forget what you named it, and remove it, and even get back in to edit it. But at the end of the day, you want to make it a great user experience. You want to be able to have an on-page table of contents. And with this video and the steps that we've showed you, it's super easy to build an on-page table of contents. So, can you think of some super long pages or blog articles that are in your marketing mix right now? Could they use a cool table of contents? Then simply go create a list of those pages and posts and start working your way through them to add this easy and highly effective table of content strategy. Help yourself by helping your readers enjoy the on-site experience just a little bit more, or maybe a lot more. Did you like this video? Then head over to SprocketTalk.com for more actionable and tactical HubSpot user resources. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell as well for instant notifications, and so that we know that you're part of the Sprocket Talk community. Until next time, make sure you're focused on being a happy, helpful, humble human. And as always, make sure along the way you're doing some happy HubSpotting.